Howdy folks, how yous going? Tasting day on the raw ginger beer, which was fermented back on the 20th of July, so a month ago. This is the brew I did with just the ginger and the additives, no kit, no tin, no extract of any kind. Well, there's dry malt extract, but no ginger beer tins and stuff like that. This is her third bottle over here. This is the Morgan's ginger beer, which I did a while back, along with, this is the base I did with Kev's Fireball, Raspberry Fireball, which was back in May. So this is a bit of a taster to compare these two to what is the standard, store-bought, general, home brew go-to for ginger beer. So we'll get some pouring going on here. Not much fizz there. So these have been in the bottle now since the 3rd, so 17 days. It's winter here. The garage sits on about 15-16 degrees, so these probably aren't carved as well as they could be. And I would have thought they'd be carved a bit more than that, but anyway, they got a carb drop in the bottle, so there is carbonation in there though. There is gas. So while I'm doing this, quick shout out to Little John's Patreons. Thank you guys for all the support of the channel. There's a link down the bottom if you're interested in Patreon. There's bonuses and things that go along with it. Monthly prize draws and extra recipes and extra videos and stuff. And it just gives you a nice warm feeling inside to know you're helping out. But it helps me to do this sort of thing. Big thumbs up to the subscribers to the channel. And again, there's a button down there you can hit. If you aren't subscribed, ring the bell and you get notified what's going on. And if you like what's going on, give me a thumbs up down the bottom as well. That all helps. Well, that fella's got some heads and stuff going on. But anyway, there's a lot of nose come on off that. Well, it's a nice nose there, but not as nowhere near as much. But that is sort of jumping out of the glass. And that's probably to be expected with with much better carbonation going on. But anyway, let's see where we go. So this, like I said, these two are the same beer. I'll pop the link up so you can get back to actual brew day. A quick run through. Basically it's 20 litre batch, 2 kilos of fresh ginger, kilo of light dry malts, 1 kilo of brown sugar, 1 kilo of raw sugar, some cinnamon stick, ground nutmeg, couple of red chilies, a few lemons, and some Kefir lime leaves. So fairly standard sort of the ginger beer additions that people will certainly be used to seeing with things like, say, Kingsley's ginger beer, which I've done before on the channel, or even in the Fireball. I'll put a link up to both of those brews so you can go back and have a look if you haven't seen them. But this is just trying to get away from particularly the artificial sweetener notes that you get with the kits. So this half's been fermented with USO5. This half was done with EC 1118 champagne yeast. Again, this is just to see what difference this makes, because plenty of people just run with USO5, and I wanted to see whether the champagne yeast would give us a cleaner finish, or how the difference would be. But the interesting thing here was that I was expecting these to finish a lot lower on their gravities. From brew day, gravity was well above where I was aiming for. I was expecting a starting gravity of around low 1040s. We ended up at 1056. which meant I was expecting to get, you know, a 7%, you know, somewhere around there, or bigger. This fermented down to around, you know, 1,000,000, which was sort of what I was expecting it to do, particularly this one. I thought the A5 might drop up a bit short, but I was expecting this one to go fairly close. In the end, both of these finished at 10-12, which I found really interesting, because this fella, it finished at 1,000,000. The tin started at 1042, finished at 1,000,000 for an ABV of 5.5%. These two are sitting at basically 6.1% with the bottle carbonation. So it should have left a lot more body in there than I was expecting. So anyway, let's get into these. Too much polywaffle going on. So there's a lovely, really nice ginger note. It does. It smells really good. So there's a little bit of gas in there. I think that would certainly liven up the nose. I might have to do a revisit on these bloody. Give them another 6 weeks or so when the weather warms up a little bit and they carb up properly. Ginger beer is known to take a whole while longer than normal to carb up, but I've been getting harassed by a few people for a taster on these. So let's get into it. Okay. Initially, the flavour is fairly light. And I was worried with going whether I had enough ginger really to pop up the whole the ginger flavour, especially considering where you get to with the Kingsley's, where you use a tin and you still use, yeah, sort of a kilo of the ginger anyway. But it's got a nice ginger flavour up front. There's some light sweetness there, and then as it leaves your mouth, you start getting the burn. It's not a massive burn, but you start getting that the warmth and tingle in the back of the throat from the ginger and the chilli and those flavours at the back. So it's nice. It's not as strong as it. Yeah, as certainly as I would have liked, but certainly appears to have worked. And I think a bit of that carbonation, some gas to actually bring that up, I think would certainly help as well. Yeah, this one's got a little bit more gas in it. Okay, the nose is possibly just a fraction more subdued, but it's pretty much the same. Okay. The flavour is the same as the smell. It's just that little bit more subdued, taken down just a little bit. It's gentle all the way. It's gentler all the way through. Still finishes with the burn. Just have that gentle little bit of ginger and sweetness up front. They're both definitely sitting on the slightly sweeter side as far as ginger goes. and obviously finish at 10-12, it's left a fair bit of sugar in there. And like I said, I'm not completely surprised that the 05 finished a little bit higher, but I would have expected that they'd gone further. For them to finish at the same point is just really, for me, it's a bit strange. It's possible that has actually gone a little lower. Yeah, given there's that slightly little bit extra gas there, it's possible there's been a little bit of continued fermentation, but if there has, it's very minimal. At most, it might be one point of gravity. And I think that champagne yeast does give it a slightly drier sort of effect. But yeah, they're quite nice. I think they could both do a little bit more ginger for sure, just to boost it up. Some people suggested, yeah, that I could have doubled the ginger. And I think if you really like a good strong ginger bite, you probably could. For me though, I think that maybe another kilo would have been good. And it's also possible maybe dropping, you know, either the brown sugar or the raw sugar, dropping that and replacing it with dextrose may have pulled that gravity down a little bit too and got it a little bit drier, left not quite as much stuff behind. I mean, there's not a lot, but picking the brown sugar is going to leave a whack more behind than the raw sugar would. But then also I think that the brown sugar is, yeah, it's a fairly important part of the flavour. But it's certainly something you could look at playing around with, dropping one of those, or even maybe dropping them by half, go half a kilo of each, and then dropping in a kilo of your dextrose, or half a kilo, just to get that finish down. Yeah, how does it compare to this fella? And I said this is now close to 3 months old. She's well carbonated, and this is just Morgan's tin, half a kilo. Well, in a batch would be a kilo of brown sugar, a kilo of raw sugar, and 200 grams of honey. Just done with the tin yeast and the nutrient that comes with it, and that's it. So fairly simple. 1042 down to 1000. I said for 5.5% with carbonation. Certainly a bigger nose. Okay, there's more ginger in these. Yeah. As much as that's got that wolfen big nose on it, there is nowhere near the ginger character in that, and there's very little burn or heat or warmth or other flavour. Even at 1000, it's heavy. It's, yeah, it's still very sweet. Yeah, for what should be a dry drink. So yeah, as much as those two haven't hit the mark as much like I would have, they're still better than that. But yeah, they could do with some improvement. Yeah, any brew can always do with some improvement. And the reality is, it tastes like a homemade drink. That tastes like commercial, you know, soft drink. Yeah. If you want sweet, sickly, you know, lower flavoured, cordial type drink, grab the can and mix it up and go with that. if you want a more real tasting ginger beer, it tastes like you've actually used some real ingredients, go for that. Just thinking, it being said, potentially replace the light dry malt with the dextrose, because that's certainly going to leave some unfermentable sugars in there. So I think, I can't say it's actually really doing anything, not noticing anything in the beer that would be beneficial. I'll say it's coming from the from that light dry malt. So dropping it out, putting in some dextrose, I think will get your gravity down, produce a little bit more dryness. And for me, ginger beer should be dry. It should be, like old stony, that sort of that stony effect. It should be quite dry, bitey, on the edge of sucking the moisture from your mouth when you drink it. But yeah, that'd be me. Realistically, yeah, that's where I'd be going. Extra kilo of ginger, and swap the dry malt for some dextrose. Pick whichever yeast you like, and I think, bingo, you've got yourself a really nice ginger beer. As it is, it's not bad. I think once it's carved, that's going to be quite refreshing. But guys, anyway, that's it. Comments and questions down the bottom. Real ginger beer, fake ginger beer. do it however way you want. It's up to you exactly how you will it, but I'd certainly give this a go. If you're into your ginger beer, if you're making ginger beer regular, give this a go. If you do, jump on the Facebook, on the Little John's Facebook group. Let us know how you go. Put comments down the bottom about how you do it, what way you get your your nectar of the gods, if that's what you want to call it, how you get a great ginger beer. But as for now, I'm out of here. So till I see you again, we're brewing beer, drinking beer, or we're talking beer. Good brewing.